As soon as I learned that Ironheart was in Wakanda forever, I looked up her backstory and I immediately lost faith for her character. Her entire backstory is her teacher telling her she can be whatever she wants and her being like, nuh-uh, say something mean to me so I can inspire to be something. After some pestering because she has a good teacher, she says you'll never be better than Tony Stark, and then that's how Ironheart was born. Let's bitch about this character, bro. If you watched the video that I made about what I wanted Ironheart to be, which you most likely didn't, it got no views, you would know that I thought that they were gonna go the Ahsoka route of making her unlikable and then having her learn through her mistakes. And they kinda did that, but without the last part of like learning from her mistakes. She kinda just did the same thing over and over again. Go away, damn. And it's not like in a Captain Marvel way where their character's an asshole, but for some reason the writers think they're a good person. It's kind of like in a Legend of Korra way. You dirty fucking maker, bro. She's where the writers acknowledge that their character's an asshole, but yet their character doesn't change at all. There were multiple times in the show where Riri was called out for being selfish and egotistical.
You're just a selfish kid who can't take any responsibility for herself. You lie, you cheat, you manipulate. You'll do anything you can to save yourself.
That is horrifying. You had no right to use Natalie as one of your little tech toys, Riri.
It feels like they're trying to go with a Rumpelstiltskin type character, someone who wants to change but just isn't capable of it. And that can work if you have the right actor. They just did it. Dominique Thorne's acting is so patchy, it makes it feel like Riri is the one acting and not her. There's some well-performed moments like when she was reflecting on killing John, but these rare good performances actually damage the character because it makes it feel like Riri's the one acting in all the poorly performed ones. This on top of Riri consistently making the same mistakes over and over again makes it feel like she doesn't even care about learning from her mistakes and doesn't feel bad at all. And the fact that she literally made a deal with Satan does not help her argument. She's constantly stated to be a genius, but she isn't written like one, and that makes her seem even more manipulative. Like the time that she told her mom,
because it was the only thing I could do to protect us. After Gary and Natalie died, that night I just froze. I couldn't help them. I just had to watch them bleed out until the paramedics came 1 minute too late. I will never let that happen again. If I lost you too.
Lying to me.
you made that force field watch. It's quick and durable enough to catch bullets, can be coded to react to gunfire, and it's more cost effective than the iron suit. And she clearly thinks it's reliable because she gave it to her mom and bro. And she's a big brain, so she already knows all this, so the only other reasonable conclusion is that she's a fucking liar. So let's see the other response on why she's building this suit.
I could build 1,000 other things, and no one would care. But if I could build one of them, better than everyone else, people got no choice but to respect me.
Or in other words, she builds iron suits to feed her own ego. And she wastes an invention that could save hundreds of thousands of lives, all because she won't be known all around the world for it.
What if she was lying episode 1? This is episode 4. It's character development.
For one, shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me like that. And for two, the genius had already built the watch by that point. Go play still a brain rot, little nigga. You do not have the IQ. And you can say two things can be true at once, but why isn't she doing both then? It's been 3 minutes. If you like the video, like it, my nigga, damn. And if you don't like the video anyway, but tell me in the comments why you didn't like the video. I 100% don't think the writers knew what the fuck they were doing. How you gonna tell me why she's an asshole after I already hate her? The fuck, is she a Naruto villain? They really gonna tell us that her family died in front of her after we're already mad at her not moving on about it? I get it, they wanted to hold on to the mystery and intrigue, but shit was supposed to make me curious, but it just made me furious. That shit was ass. Ass a 9, fine wine, no Klein too fine. Everything aside, I feel like all Riri's issues boils down to her just being unlikable, and there's no better way of showing this than comparing her to Tony Stark. Tony and Riri share so many parallels, but one of the biggest flaws for Riri, that's one of the biggest benefits for Tony, is their personalities. If Tony was as much of an asshole as Riri was, everyone would hate him. Tony's weaponry was directly responsible for killing millions of people, and he didn't even care. But Tony's charisma and likability made us ignore all that. He's like Joel from The Last of Us. Joel got what was coming to him. He killed a bunch of people that were trying to do nothing but save humanity, and we still all got pissed when Abby murdered the nigga. I get it, Riri isn't supposed to be likable, she's a mean person, but I don't think the writers understand the effect that likability could have on a character's perception. It's clear that the writers wanted Riri to grow on you instead of her growing into a character that's more likable, but she didn't, and that leads to her not growing at all in any sense of the word. It's not just that, it's the way that the characters are written and how the world interacts with them. Riri's supposed to be a genius, but she's incapable of writing AI without her brain mapping technology. Riri's supposed to be a genius, and yet she's caught selling projects to kids in the school. Even when the entire city of Chicago sees Riri flying over over in an iron suit, they're like, damn girl, that was you? And not like, oh my god, she has an iron suit that works. I know it's supposed to be some sense of familiarity and that everyone already knows Riri and knows that she's a genius, but everyone being so nonchalant about it makes it seem like it's not a big accomplishment. Compare this to Tony. Tony is treated like a genius and acts like it too. Take the first scene in Iron Man, for example. Everyone is tense, everyone is stiff because they know how important Tony is. You can feel how nervous everyone in that car is until Tony starts the conversation and he lightens the mood and gets everyone to relax. Off rip, it sets the precedent that Tony is known and holds a high status, and he has the social intelligence to understand how that status affects people and disarm them properly. And unlike Riri, Tony never makes a mistake twice. Suit freezes in the sky, use an unfreezable material. Defenseless without a suit, boom, watch repulsor. Sneaking through the gaps in his armor, never again. The problem with calling a character a genius or a prodigy or anything of the sort is that the character must consistently live up to that title, and if they don't, that title will be in question. Or worse, that title will be upheld and every unintentional dumb thing they do will be seen as purposeful. The writers didn't understand the full weight of calling a character a genius, and it shows in the way that Riri is written.
But Spider-Man is also said to be a genius, and he doesn't act like it all the time, so why are you criticizing him too?
Once again, it's about personality and character. Tom Holland is Spider-Man first and a genius second, while Ironheart is a genius first and Ironheart second. But Riri has another bigger problem, and that's her successor title. When you are replacing a popular character, you have to be really careful so the fan base doesn't reject them. And one of the best ways to get your character rejected is disrespecting the legacy. For me, this comes in two ways: devaluing the character and devaluing the skill. This is something they understood in Hawkeye, having Kate Bishop's look up to Hawkeye as a mentor and role model, and they allow us to see her grow rather than her just immediately being as good as Hawkeye. And that way, when she is as good as Hawkeye, it will be because he taught her how to use a bow and not because she's just better than him immediately. But with Ironheart, they were constantly being like,
man, you at least as smart as that Tony guy, right?
Then she would do some stupid shit and that would indirectly devalue Tony's intelligence. Ironheart also had no business being Tony's successor. They had no relationship. Tony and Peter's relationship is the whole reason it was acceptable for Peter to be the one to carry on his legacy. Imagine how pissed some people would be if Peter was introduced in Endgame and not Civil War. I can just imagine the thumbnails in my head. But let me just not complain, let me actually offer some type of solution. They could have introduced Ironheart during Civil War just like they did Spider-Man. You could just have Ironheart create her Mark I suit that she used in Wakanda Forever and then be flying around the city saving people with that thing. And then have Iron Man find her just like he did Peter. Side note, I thought Harley Keener would end up being Iron Lad, but because Iron Lad was a Kane variant, they couldn't do it. But apparently Ironheart was recorded a year before Quantumanium. So either they're just fucking idiots or this is an MCU thing. But till I inevitably have to bring Ironheart back up because she's the main character, let's talk about this crew because these niggas are straight ass. And yes, I have actual criticisms, not just
gay, tardily gay.
I don't remember any of their names and I don't need to. These people are completely pointless. They're nothing but a narrative device. All of their personalities are extremely one-dimensional, and that's even if we get something about their personalities. Just a bunch of criminals trying to pretend like they were outcasted from society.
You've lived your lives waiting to be seen, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness. Well, I see you. But the money above us will never notice our brilliance unless we force them. And
What?
after we
Nigga,
pull that
no.
tunnel, these suckers are listening.
Nigga, what are you yapping about, bro? These characters are so unlikable because all of them could have been recognized if they just played the game. Perfect example, these two niggas.
Then there's the blood siblings, Roz and Jerry. Down on their luck athletes, banned from every league for unsportsmanlike conduct.
So basically, they're out here punching niggas in the back of the head and then getting surprised when they're not recognized as some of the best fighters ever or some shit. I feel like this scene is a perfect representation of how these guys act. Riri was told to deactivate a device that was leaking CO2 into the elevator that she was in. It's actually pretty ironic. When she deactivated it, a gas mask would be inside of the box and then she can just wait until the elevator got to the top floor. Wrong. Riri doesn't like being told what to do, so she decided to do her own plan. A stupid, risky plan that could have easily gotten her killed if those bars were welded on like they're supposed to be, biting electrical wires and shit. And then they sit here overhyping your little stupid ass.
Oh my god, that's so clever.
No, the fuck it isn't. And this is this entire team just making their lives harder for no fucking reason. And the worst part about it is their abilities aren't even consistent and their abilities are all they have. Whenever Riri needs to fight one of these niggas, all of a sudden they're sorry as shit. Just look at them when they aren't fighting Riri versus when they are fighting Riri and you'll see what I mean.
I'm also highly skilled in the art of skirma de stiletto siciliano.
No the fuck you ain't. What you lying for? Look at this shit. Her bomb's explosion radius is where it's landed. Nigga, she just blocked her shit with the pan. There isn't even shrapnel or her knees would be gone. These bitches are non-lethal. Nigga, how her grenades are so fucking shit. Oh my god. And seriously, don't get me started on these niggas, bro. They got nerfed so hard. These are two professional level fighters throwing around and beating the shit out of like 20 grown men. And they were getting the fucking beaters put on them by a girl who got in her first fight 2 days ago. Nigga trying to act tough eating a punch like she didn't knock you over with a piece of plastic. These niggas had a fucking gun. This show was so fucking stupid they couldn't come up with a logical way of her winning, so they had to nerf everyone around her and then make them do some stupid shit that for some of them directly goes against their character. These niggas are just a waste of your damn time. They're walking plot devices. I thought these niggas would show up at the end on some Fast and Furious and be like, get off our family, but no, these niggas just disappeared. In that final fight, niggas out here fighting over a fucking Etsy hoodie. Say this ain't the same shit. You're a fucking liar. Niggas spent 2 hours building up a fucking hologram, bro. This shit was garbage. And the worst part, nobody develops. I just spent 6 hours of my life just to watch niggas not change. And don't give me that it's a miniseries bullshit, cause niggas have made miniseries with in-depth characters before, and this is nearly 6 hours of content. And if the writers weren't dog shit, they could have used that time properly. I don't know what I was expecting when these niggas are hiring people not based off talent, but because they're from Chicago.
We brought in a lot of people who understand the energy and the soul of that city, both in front of and behind the camera. From cast members to directors, writer.
Got hair, makeup teams from Chicago. There's sneaker game galore. If you were just watching people's feet in this show, oh snap.
Yeah, but I'm fucking not. How about you go make another season of Sneakerhead, you stupid... My bad, I'm geeked, bro, but this shit got me pissed the fuck off. I need to slap the shit out the nigga who made this show, cause who gives a fuck? Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Niggas from Chicago don't give a fuck. Nobody cares. Nigga, nah, I'm dead ass 2 seconds away from making a whole video on this shit. It's pissing me the fuck off. When you are going this far for an authentic portrayal of the city, potentially damaging the project by not hiring the best people for the job, you would expect the city to feel like a character in itself, not just a background. But it fucking doesn't. This show could have been filmed in any major US city and it would have felt like the same fucking show. Nah, cause I'm dead ass going off script with this segment, bro. It should have not been this long, but I'm losing my fucking head. It's not even the show. It's the fact that they felt like they really did some shit by lowering the quality of everything, writing, producing, acting, just for Chicago to still feel like the fucking background. The concert scene was the closest they even got to Chicago feeling like a character. Like, I get it, this was filmed all the way back in 2022, so they were probably expecting that DEI support, but still, gang, this shit's stupid. Shit's just straight tomfoolery. But with all my criticisms, I don't even think this is a bad show. It's alright. Like, it's a solid 5 out of 10. But the fan base is some fucking tweakers, bro. I feel like majority of the fan base went into this wanting to hate it. Like, they went into this being like,
fuck this. Fuck Ironheart. I want Tony Stark.
First of all, calm the fuck down before I push in your soft spot. Second, you can at least give it a chance, you ignorant bitch. Niggas out here releasing reviews 2 hours after the show's release. You watching this bitch in 2 times speed. They were making the biggest deal out of shit that they let other shows get away with all the time. Like this unnecessary ass flip, or the way that they did the title screens.
Because we need that obligatory dumbass title screen. It comes in the form of a French fry package.
But don't get me wrong, there are some valid criticisms. Like, what the fuck is this? It really does feel like this fan base is finding every single minuscule reason to hate on the show. Some niggas are acting like this is worse than when you made action TikToks when you were 12. But the main problem is that a lot of these fans come off as just hateful of the LGBT. Like, I don't know what it is when they're talking about women versus gay people. When they're talking about bad female characters, they focus more on the character than them being a woman. But with this show, people are focusing on them being gay rather than their characters. Like, look at this nigga. He spent 90% of his video just calling them me names.
The 2 pairs of wire cutters spotted by tranny slug.
He does this with everyone though, like a 3-year-old that just learned a new curse word.
TikTok bitch as retard weighs her options, blindsided by shit stain.
But honestly, I don't even think this guy actually tried to watch the show and was just looking for things to hate the entire time.
With the walking embodiments of scissoring out of the picture.
Nigga, these are siblings. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? This guy and Clown are the 2 most emphasized characters in the minimal amount of storytelling that the crew had. I did not see one video talking about that annoying ass nail clicking he does throughout the series. Like, my nigga, Cardo does not want you, gang. It's just gay this and gay that, gay joke this and gay joke that. Talk about his damn character. The only time they mention it is in a passing comment. Like, damn, I know there ain't much to talk about, but shit, try, goddammit, try. I can't be the only one who think Parker felt like Dutch a little bit though. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on the fan base in the comments. Has it gotten too toxic or am I just tripping?